Oras sa Bugos nga Pilipinas, alas 8:01.
Amay namon nga ada ka mga langit pagdayawon ani mo ngaran ikanhi mo haamon an imo ginhalian ipasunod ani mo kaburuton dinhi hatuna sugad man halangit tagan mo kami iyan hankaran unamon hay kinaadlaw pagwadon mo ang amon mga sala sugad pagwarahan namon hanakasala haamon nandiri mo kami bayan basi diri kami pagdagon han mga panulay kundi bawi kami ha mga karatan.
Istorya Pakaradol, programa nga maghahatag hinhimang rawon nga may kalabutan naton nga tanan.
Istorya Pakaradol. Iyo'y kakaupod.
Alan Striker Velarde.
Makaradol, Fred Padernos. Istorya Pakaradol.
Ay, maupay nga kay katanan. We're on time today. It's Istorya Pakaradol. Makaradol yan ang adlaw. Hiton ikasitinta na ibingaliti landing. Hiton kalibutan. Eto na. Well, I tried to make it Sunday, but I've got so damn depressed that I set my sights on Monday and I got myself undressed. I ain't ready for the altar, but I do agree these times when a woman sure can be a friend of mine. Well, I keep on thinking about you, Mr. Golden Hair Surprise, and I just can't live without you. Can't you see it in my eyes? I've been one for correspondent. I've been too hard to find, but it doesn't mean you ain't been on my mind. Will you meet me in the middle? Will you meet me in the air? Will you love me just a little, just enough to show you care? Well, I tried to fake it, I done my saying, I just can't make it. Ay! Mapay nga ga. Ganyan ang adlaw. Hiton Oktubre 20, 2023. Aton sinasaladuhan itong bugos sa kalibutan. Nga tanan nga mga veteranos. Din hito natin labi natin mga Filipino. Anaton mga veterano gihapon na magkalalain nga mga in other parts of the world. You know, thank you World War II veterans. Those who died already. And those who are still living. Yan ang adlaw. Baga mahinungdanon niya na kay pero kumusta naton mga waray-waray worldwide, mga opay nga gahitanan, mga Bisaya worldwide, mayong buntag kanin yung tanan at sa mga Ilonggo kag mga Batanggenyo to, kaunta, kapita, kape, kaunta, pamahaw ta kay nay paipagkasarap ng kuan, pagkain ng almusal lalo't may hotdog at saka itlog. Pagkasarap niyan at may kape, o kaya may luya ka. Ngan Anatong gihapon mga yung mga kaibigan natin sa iba't ibang bansa na nasa kanilang mga trabaho, sa kanilang mga bahay, lalo-lalo na mga kapatid natin mga Filipino nandyan sa mga conflict areas ng Israel, Hamas, Lebanon, Egypt at iba pang mga karatig bayan sa mga Palestinians dyan. Kumusta natin mga Filipino, nawa ay tumigil na ang gera at dyan sa inyo dahil nako, nakakatakot iyan. Baka yan ay mag-escalate hanggang sa World War III, hindi naman sana at wag naman sana. Ngayon ay ginugunita natin dito sa Tacloban, in particular sa Leyte, ang 79th Leyte Landing Anniversary. At maya-mayang konti ay mayroong commemorative program na gaganapin dyan sa may MacArthur Park sa bayan ng Palo, Leyte, ang 79th Leyte Golf Landings commemoration. Earlier sa monitoring center natin, dyan sa ating monitoring center sa pamamagitan ng IBC 6 DYMP ay nakikita natin na nagdadatingan na ang mga importanteng mga personalidad ngayon dyan. At yung ating ding mga reporters ay nandun na ngayon on site dyan sa bayan ng Palo. Ayan, yan. Mamaya sa monitoring center, nakikita ko dito na nandyan ang handa na, nagkakamaya na mga veterans, mga opisyalis. Nakita ko kanina si Governor Jericho Ikot Pitilla, nandyan na si Mayor Martin Pitilla ng Palo. At ayan, mamaya papakita natin to. Pwede natin ipakita siguro ngayon. Tingnan natin. Ipakita natin sa monitoring center. Ang video pong ito ay courtesy ng IBC6 DYMP. Sila po ang may facility ngayon dyan sa area at nagpa-facilitate ng broadcast live dyan. At sila ngayon ay nakahanda ng mag-start. May mga veterans ako nakikita ngayon. World War II Federation veterans, may mga military and service dyan, mga Navy, nakikita natin yan. At yung ating, ayun, nag-usap-usap po na. Siyempre, kumustahan yan, kumustahan. Kumustahan mo na yan. Ayan, nakikita ko dyan sa, yan, kinakausap ni Governor Jericho Ikot Pitilla, yung mga dignitaries na nandyan. I could see, nakikita ko mga papamatikot ka sa yung isa na yan ay Japanese. Ayun si Mrs. Ann Pitilla, yung ating butihing may bahay ng ating gobernador Jericho Ikot Pitilla. Medyo mainit ngayon dyan mga kaibigan, mapaso dito yan kasangkayan.
Let me welcome also the arrival of board member Raisa Villasin of the 2nd District of Leyte.
Adi nga boses, kini ka nakilala ka ni bisan wala ko kikita. Kuan adi, Doktor, Mayor hiton Lapas. Anay nangalimot tugod akong nakadiltanak nga anak ba na kanina. Kanina to di nakbaba kanina nangalimot to kan pagluwas na. I-doktor anto i-doktor, nag-mayor ana iton Lapas, no? Sige daw, hulat. Okay. Ini kasangkayan nga aton programa liwat yun, special coverage naton, ito naton 79th Leyte Golf Landings. May kita mga kasagabay nga naka-deploy dito yan aton naton mga reporters, si DJ Annabel Nunez, ato gapon dito Noel Tampil Sanusa, gan ato gapon Hitid Dumas, naton dito mga mag-racking-daking nga mga reporters nagko-coverage ng Leyte Landing Anniversary, no? 79th. Didi kanina Tacloban, samtang nahulat-hulat kita pagtiyan programa dito habong Tutpalo. Kanina didi Tacloban, aga-aga pa mga alas 6 liwat, nagkadanahin ang city government ng Tacloban, nagkadaliwathin tree planting, no? Nagkadan tree planting kanina dito nga tambungan ini naturalahan mga empleyado, empleyada, mga city government employees itong Tacloban. Magsaysay Boulevard napuno itonhin mga kuan, napuno itonhin mga empleyado kanina nga nagtatanong mag-aaga pa kay natural kay mapaso man. So temprano hiran na kuan, temprano hiran na niyan. Papakita nato itong mga footage, inin mga pictures no. Nga iragin dumara kanina, dadamo hira kanina no ha. Damo hira ngan mga city government employees inin. May kasumpay gapon ini ito naton inira aktibidades kasangkayan. Pagkuan ini baga pahinungod gihapon hiton nga adlaw hiton mga veterano. So ato nakikita ko Sir Nilson Balagusa iton City Agriculturist Office, nakita ko man nagtiga mo na hiran meron yan ipakita nato nito ha. Ito na mga yan nakikita na ngayon ito na ngayon yan amo ito nira damo itong kanina ito ay naging tatamnan kuan iton island ito Magsaysay Boulevard ngan sumalahan unang adlaw nga baga pamahayag interview kan Sir Milong Anadi ito naton City Agriculturist nga amo kanina nagahakot dito mga taramnon at ibahin ni mga flowering plants ngan may da nira mga fruit bearing plants nga gintatanom fruit bearing trees karo siguro namumungang prutas. Pero dire siguro din hini nga island na Magsaysay Boulevard kay may tree planting liwat nga bubuhaton didtohan yung kawayan. Ini dinhi siguro mga kuan ini natural. I could tell nga ito in mga flowering plants iton. Itara dida kay center island ini iton Magsaysay Boulevard. Katapos igintalom ito dira magpaloyo nga ligi diton center island kay base nagihilira hiya. Kahit mga but kahit nga island mga kuan man pine trees, mga pine trees. Nakita ko dito kanina pera nga department head na kadtohi Ma'am Malutabaw hiton City Nutrition Office nga at the same time City Tourism. Nakatugapon kanina na Human Resource Officer hiton City Government of Tacloban Attorney Ana Albaniel Kelyopi ngan Ma'am Maria Lagman ito City Housing Office nakita ko gihapon dito kanina ani ba bagawarek baga maka bangin na kanto warek ko lang makiti kay damo ito halkalaban Magsaysay Boulevard harayo iton tikan di may tungo dito City Hall anin tungo dito Legislative Building tob ngadtot may atubangan Kapitolyo Magsaysay Boulevard iton so ito dito nga mga center island inin tanmanit kanina damo nga mga magkadalain-lain nga mga kahoy. Ano ha? Aga pa ito ha, mga alas 6 nakatukitat kanina han pananom nira. Katapos nakadaliwat ang mga taga City General Services nagpapadayon han panlimpyuhan kalaban ta Magsaysay Boulevard kay nakikita ko adlaw gabi ginmimintin nat dida hito naton mga kuan hito naton dida mga empleyado city government o city government na nagbi-maintain hiton dida ito yan Mamalotabaw nagtatanom hira hin kahoy dida tong boat nga hiton island Magsaysay Boulevard. Okay, so amo iton kanina iton ngan upod gihapon ini iton pagkuan upod gihapon ini na iton mga tree planting kaya nga bulan igin titigam nan liwat ito og isa sa linorog iton kuan cooperative month Oktubre. Ang City Co-op kanina, nakatuwan kanina, Ma'am Rowena Mate, Ate Wing Mate. Nakita kahapon dito kanina, ang mga taga City Co-op na mamagtanom liwat, di na ba, nagtikang aniharan ni Raatubangan. Kaya tira Atubangan, di tira building, bugsaran ta hiton City Hall, baga kuan. Damuan area nga pwede tamnan. So nagtanom hirada para malindong. Kaya panag ko ito, magiging malindong man iton. Ngan, magiging mahagkot ton hangin. Dida nga area kay daan at dida kahuyon duga kampa di mas maurupay mas magiging mahagkot mahagnaw iton lugar hayahay iti mo baga pagre-relax dida magpapahayahay ka nga dida baga mahagkutay nga hangin iti mo baga mahahanggab dida nalingkod ka mga kuan ito sa iro snack tapos na kuan ka na lingkod himbaga sinisiring pahayahay gud nga kalingkod ay git ka nang baga hayahay iton mahagkot nga hangin. Di maupay, may pasaray-saray patiil, di ba? Maupay ito, dida. So, amo ito, yan ang kasangkayan. Samtang didi habong to iton palo, aton aton baga angan-anganon. Ito na aton mga kasagabay, ito nira mga feed, tika dito nira kinamumutangan niya na, ayaw lang ka mo papagalang, tawag ka mo dit aton messenger video call, kay base makarawat namin ito ni yung mga report dida, bung itong palo, labi na kung magtikang na kay malatos kita nga ito itong video feed, itong kanan IBC DYMP, dida, kaya mo rin itong nakatuka ko dida, dida. Nakikita ko din, may nagkakaabot ng mga video feed, may nakikita kong mahusay. Diyak nakakatigaman kung hinot nga rin eh. Pero baga, waray lang ako makakaklaro ko nino. Mahusay nga babae. Ang naging kakahimang raw kan Gobernador Jericho Ikot Pitilla. Pero sigurado kini-official ini, iton goberno. Di nga ni local chief executive at ika kinihin nasod ang bisita din niyo, may usang foreigner. I suppose kuan ito ining Amerikano dito nga lalaki nga upod ginaging kakahimang rohya. Nakita ko gihapon dahil Sir Toto Singko ako sangkay. Ito Governor Jericho Ikot Pitilla. Katapos si Mrs. Ann Pitilla, ada to niya Rani. Ayan. Magtitikang na. Ayan.
Let me also acknowledge the arrival of the Ambassador, Plenipotentiary, and Extraordinary Embassy of Australia, Her Excellency Hei Kyung Yu.
Kanan Australia ngayon. Oo.
And her spouse, Mr. Fergus Morphy.
Ayan, sige, samtang abri taton mga linya ha, taton mga kasagabay, Ted Tomas, Noel Tampil Sianusa, nga Annabel Nunez, dida iyo area ha, bong titon palo. Ato nito baga hulat-hulato ngayon mga feed. Samtang alas 8:18 na, ma-break na kita para aton mga pahinumdom. Sabi lang kamo kay babalik kita aton coverage ito aton 79th Liti Golf Landings nga may da live program na ron yan, di na bungto hiton palo Liti. Mabalik kita. alas 8:23 na. Balik kita aton special edition aton 79th Leyte Golf Landing sa anniversary commemoration program nga kundiin hindi papaabot tayo liwat pinagiton Radyo Avantis JTV live on Facebook ngan naton mga kasangkayan nga nasuporta ta aton programa dinhi. Nakikita ko yan ha, monitoring center nga nagkakadanahin parada na ini or formation pala ini, arrivals pala. Baga may dana. Sige daw.
The members of the Veterans of
Ipakita
Foreign
naton,
Wars,
live.
United States of America.
Live kasangkayan, tikang habog tut palo Leyte ito na aton dito live video feed courtesy iton IBC6 DYMP. Dito nagtitingan na itong programa. Ikanto naton Hayra.
The Veterans Federation of the Philippines.
Nabatian niyo yun nga MC hi Dr. Lismis Lumin. Naton ini dati mayor hiton Lapas Leyte nga niya na Provincial Health Officer hiton Leyte. Mga veteranos. Mga anak na tibay ni mga anak, itibay ni mga veterano gud. Sons and daughters na tibay ni. Mga veterans.
The Veterans Federations of the Philippines, together with the Sons and Daughters Incorporated. The contingent from the visiting men from the U.S. Coast Guard. The Sons and Daughters Association Incorporated. The Boy Scouts of the Leyte Council. The Girl Scouts of the Philippines, Lady Chapter. The Samliao Performing Arts Group. The 19 surviving veterans' portraits carried by Scouts. Teofilo Cañete Advincula of Palo, Leyte, 98 years old. Gervasio Go Apostol, Burauen, Leyte, 102 years old. Glicerio Abukay Avila, Borongan, Eastern Samar, 98 years old. Priscilla Rivera Aylion, Giwan, Eastern Samar, 101 years old. Gregoria Ikipahi Badeo, Burauen, Leyte, 98 years old. Eleuteria Basas Kabakungan, Tanawan, Leyte, 95 years old. Cornelio Gandia Dacuno, Lawaan, Eastern Samar, 95 years old. Vicente Tumandao de Varas, Ormoc City, Leyte, 100 years old. Josefa Cazar Festejo, Palumpon, Leyte, 96 years old. Soledad Advincula Francisco of Tolosa, Leyte, 100 years old. Paula Choco Lim, Calbiga, Samar, 96 years old. Eugenia Mioli Maglinte, Macrohon, Southern Leyte, 96 years old. Benedicta Bacal Moron, Dulag, Leyte, 96 years old. Teofilo Sanchez Nuevo, Ormoc City, Leyte, 100 years old. Bonifacio Herboso Ocaña, Abuyog, Leyte, 96 years old. Marcelino Abrinillo Pabro, Dulag, Leyte, 96 years old. Marcial Yucamco Posion of Burauen, Leyte, 97 years old. Anselmo Pilola Tabuyan, Tanawan, Leyte, 96 years old. Loreto Lauzon Yepes, Tanawan Leyte, 95 years old. During the 60th Leyte Golf Landings anniversary in 2004, the Veterans Federation of the Philippines and the Sons and Daughters Association Incorporated, composed of the children of World War II veterans, formally agreed in a pledge of commitment to pass on to their children and grandchildren the stories and the memories of the events of World War II as narrated by their parents and great-grandparents, men and women who sacrificed life and limb, if only to keep alive the flame of fervor for freedom and peace, which today we are all enjoying. As many as these brave men and women are fast fading away. In fact, as of last count from the Philippine Veterans Affairs Office, only 19 more of those kindred and brave souls are still listed in the roster of the heroes of World War II in Eastern Visayas. It pains us to know that just a few days ago, Trinidad Bellew Davantes, 99 years old, of Parana, Samar, passed away peacefully in her sleep, dreaming the dreams of every veteran, and that is to leave a legacy of peace and prosperity to the motherland. Let this symbolic turnover of the flame of remembrance be the burden of the younger generations to immortalize the heroism and at the same time work for eternal peace in this our beloved land and the rest of the world. To usher in this significantly dramatic undertaking, let us welcome the Leyte Dance Theater and Mr. Carlo Igot as they give tribute and salute to the heroes, the last living veterans of the Second World War.
Dakilang lahi na sa iyong tangi, pag-ibig kong walang hanggan. Isinumpa ko, o Pilipino, gagaling ang sugat ng iyong nakaraan. Nang pahiran ko, luha ng puso mo ay natayo, muli ang karangalan mo. O ang pag-ibig ko sa'yo'y walang hanggan. Ikaw ang siyang dalangin ko sa Diyos kailanpaman. Tuminang ang iyong bituin at sumikat ng araw. Ang kalayaan mo'y sinisigaw. Ang bukas ay
natalaan. Kayo manggi ang kulay mo, bukit pawis inalay mo, di ka na maapi. Ngayon o kailanman, pag-ibig ko sa'yo'y walang hanggan. Dakilang bayan, kapayapaan, iyong muling nang nakamtan. Tulad ng araw, bago inagaw, ang kayamanan mo, ang iyong kalayaan. Nang pahiran ko, luha ng puso mo ay natayo, muli ang karangalan mo. Oh, ang pag-ibig ko sa'yo'y walang hanggan. Ikaw ang siyang dalangin ko sa Diyos kailan pa man. Tuminang ng iyong bituin at sumikat ng araw, ang kalayaan mo'y sinisigaw. Ang bukas ay tanging sa'yo nakalaan. Kayo manggi ang kulay mo, bukot pawis inalay mo, di ka na maapi. Ngayon kailanman, pag-ibig ko sa'yo'y walang hanggan. Kahit na galo kaliit ang tinig ko, buong lakas akong magtatanggol sa'yo. Kayo manggi ang kulay mo, ang buhay ko'y alay sa'yo, di ka na maapi. Ngayon nung kailanman, pag-ibig ko sa'yo'y walang hanggan. Pag-ibig ko sa'yo'y walang hanggan.
Thank you, Samliao Performing Arts Group. Let us welcome the President of the Veterans Federation of the Philippines, Eastern Visayas Chapter, retired Colonel Jose T. Hakla, and retired Brigadier General Joel Joseph Cabides, AFP, MNSA, Regional President of the Sons and Daughters Association Incorporated, to reenact the pledge of commitment they made on this very place 20 years ago today, never to forget the sacrifices made by our veterans in the name of freedom and peace eternal.
the light is fire fading in our eyes. With thus, we hope that the sacrifice made to the preserve and the integrity of our native land shall never be forgotten. We call on you, the young people of the generation, to continue the work of peace that your generation and the generation to come that never we experience the horror of useless war. If in case the invader invade our land, you must remember the last sentence sa lupang hinirang, ang mamatay ng dahil sa iyo.
Upon the graves of our fallen heroes, the freedom fighters of World War II, we, the sons, the daughters, and descendants, do hereby solemnly and sincerely pledge that we shall never forget your sacrifices, soaked in blood, sweat, and tears, that we shall honor and cherish the memory of the countless men and women, recognized veterans or not, who gave up early the joys of youth in order to defend our motherland, the Philippines. We accept your challenge. Yes, we shall follow and carry on and follow your sterling example of heroism. Yes, we shall all work for that long and lasting peace, eternal under heaven.
We shall now light the urn of remembrance. Let us all rise for the 1 minute of silent prayers for the fallen soldiers. Friends and foe alike who perished on the beaches of Leyte during the liberation campaign. Thank you very much. You may now take your seats as we await the arrival of our guest of honor.
Alright, mga kaibigan, mga sangkayan, padayon ka mo nagkikita yan na hiton live video feed courtesy hiton IBC6 DYMP ngayon sa nangyayaring 79th Leyte Golf Landings Commemoration Program dyan po sa bayan ng Palo, Leyte, sa particular sa MacArthur Shrine. Sa ngayon, nagpapatuloy ang programa, nagsimula ito kanina lang, mga alas 8 pasado at ngayon ay nagpapatuloy at yan, nag-formation na ang colors ng ating military as part of the program. Nagkakaproblema lang sa talagang problemado ang signal ngayon, no? Ang live feed natin ngayon ay hindi rin tayo makakuha ng feed mula sa ating mga field reporters na nandyan ngayon. Mga field reporters natin na tatlo yan na nandyan yan. Pero medyo may challenge tayo sa signal. Siguro ganito yan pagka maraming gumagamit. For sure, lahat ng mga nandyan ngayon, malamang sa malamang, halos lahat yan naka-live. Ang iba dyan nagla-live dahil may mga cellphone lahat. So, medyo nagkakaproblema sa signals. Anyway, balikan natin itong live video feed ng IBC6 sa DYMP dyan sa bayan ng Palo, particular sa MacArthur Shrine.
Tanod da tikas nga Pelipunan. Tikas nga
Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our guest of honor, Assistant Secretary Restituto L. Aguilar, retired Brigadier General, Philippine Army, Deputy Administrator, Philippine Veterans Affairs Office.
Tanod pa! Tangha Kalipunan, huwag kamay. Na! Kal- Kalipunan, papakamay. Na! Baba! Pa! Ginoo, handa na po ang tanod pandangal upang libutin.
Our military host, Assistant Secretary Restituto L. Aguilar, accompanied by
Na! Papakamay. Na! Tanghal! Pa! Kalipunan, huwag kamay. Na! Kalipunan, huwag kamay. Na! Baba! Pa! Ginoo, tapos na po ang parangal. Sir. Ipinapaabot ng ating panauhing pandangal na si Assistant Secretary Restituto L. Aguilar, Deputy Administrator, Philippine Veterans Affairs Office, ang kanyang taus-pusong pasasalamat na iginawad natin sa kanya.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the Philippine National Anthem.
Tanghal! Pa! Kalpunan, mga pinuno, huwag kamay. Na! Kalipunan, mga pinuno, baba kamay. Na! Baba! Ta!
We shall now raise the flags of the countries here represented. Australia,
Hal! Ta! Kalipunan, mga pinuno, bugay kamay. Na! Kalipunan, mga pinuno, baba kamay. Na! Baba! Ta!
the flag of Japan,
Tanghal! Ta! Kalipunan, mga pinuno, bugay kamay. Na! Kalipunan, mga pinuno, baba kamay. Na!
the flag of New Zealand,
Baba! Ta! Tanghal! Ta! Kalipunan, mga pinuno, bugay kamay. Na! Kalipunan, mga pinuno, baba kamay. Na! Baba! Ta!
the flag of the United States of America,
Tanghal! Ta! Kalipunan, mga pinuno, bugay kamay. Na! Lipunan, mga pinuno, baba kamay. Na! Baba! Ta! Harap sa kanan. Harap! Sa lipunan, harap sa kaliwa. Harap. Pasulong. Cut.
We shall now proceed to the wreath-laying ceremony to honor the memory of our comrades who fought on this very shore. May I request our guests to proceed towards the shrine proper.
Sa kanang balikot. Ta! Pasulong. Cut! Tanod.
Alright, sige. Samtang, ayan na nga mga oras, magkakaroon na hiton red laying, no? Nga na di na inihiton paghala nito mga bukad. Ito ang mga guest naton, ang mga guest iton hininga programa, antikad doon na yan na hiton site para hiton red laying. Ito nakikita nato na monitor, Governor Jericho Ikot Pitilla. Nga hiton...
May I request our guests, our diplomatic corps, members of the PVAL, to proceed to the shrine proper for the wreath-laying ceremony. May I also request the media not to overcrowd. The wreaths that shall be offered for the Veterans Federation of the Philippines, Sons and Daughters Association Incorporated, Major General Romeo Amalilio, retired, and Brigadier General Joel Joseph Cabides, retired. For the Philippine Veterans Administration Office, Under Secretary Reynaldo P. Mapago. For the Veterans of Foreign Wars, USA, Mr. Dwayne Sarmiento, Commander-in-Chief. And for the United States Coast Guards, Commodore B.N. Dicina, Maritime Advisor, Embassy of the United States of America. For the people of the province of Leyte, Honorable Carlos Jericho L. Petilla, Governor. For the people of Japan, Consul General Hanada Takahiro. For the people of New Zealand, representing His Excellency Peter Kell, Ambassador, Plenipotentiary, and Extraordinary. For the people of Australia, Her Excellency Hei Kyung Yu, Ambassador Plenipotentiary and Extraordinary, Embassy of Australia. For and in behalf of the people of the Philippines, Assistant Secretary Restituto L. Aguilar, Retired Brigadier General, Deputy Administrator, Philippine Veterans Affairs Office, accompanied by Brigadier General Perfecto P. Piña-Redondo, Assistant Division Commander, 8th Infantry Division, Philippine Army. May I request our guests of honor, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and our distinguished guests to proceed to the shrine for the photo ops. May we now proceed to the shrine proper for the photo ops.
Okay, kasangkayan samtang nagdumara pa iton picture taking itaton mga membro iton Diplomatic Corps nganiton mga bisita mabalik lang kita laktod mabalik kita iton coverage nga gimpapadanga tayo iton Radyo Abantis JTV Facebook Live nga live gihapon nga feed courtesy iton IBC6 DYMP dito habong Tutumpalo, particular MacArthur Shrine. Magbabalik itaton 79th Leyte Gulf Landing Commemoration coverage. Kamalan laktod ng mga pahinumdum. Okay, balikan naton habog titong palo. Late ito naton coverage na live feed video courtesy of IBC6 DYMP. Nakikita ko na may nagyakan na. Nakikita ko po na audio, video
And
feed.
you continue inspiring us to carve a better future for ourselves and others in this world. You etched in the heart of each and every one, each and every man and woman, the values of life and liberty, of independence and freedom, all for the good and welfare of humanity. As we gather today for the commemoration of the Leyte Gulf landings, we salute to the valor and heroism of the Filipino veterans of the Second World War. Our tribute to them is also our tribute to you, who has taught us the values and the skills to uphold the true dignity of each and every one, as you have shown us in your life and teachings. Bless this event and this assembly as well, and all who will come here to pay homage to our heroes and those who have offered their lives for our country and our people. Confident in your help, your boundless mercy and grace, we pledge before you to work for peace, not war, to uphold and respect each other, to seek what unites, not what divides, to reach out in love to others, especially those who feel alienated, ostracized, and abandoned. We pray also for our brothers and sisters everywhere who at present are confronted with the horrors and ravages of conflict and wars. We pray for those who perished, especially the faceless dead. And we ask for your enlightenment to the leaders of nations and peoples who are behind and are at the forefront of all conflicts, so as not to waver or tire, to look for ways to an end to senseless destruction and violence for the sake of all. We seek your comfort and strength to all victims of injustices and wars, and we plead for your unwavering compassion for each of us, despite our foibles and follies and unbridled ambitions, which sometimes impede our common desire for the best and run counter to your very plan for us and this world. Give us all the courage and resolve to work for lasting and true peace, for the glory of your name, the welfare of humanity, and for this earth, our only common home. Amen.
Please take your seats. May I call on the Honorable Remedios L. Petilla, Mayor of the Municipality of Palo, for her welcome remarks.
The Honorable Assistant Secretary Restituto Aguilar, Deputy Administrator, Philippine Veterans Affairs, PBAO. The honorable dignitaries with us this morning, Her Excellency Hai Kyong Yu, Ambassador, Embassy of Australia. I greet as well her spouse, the Honorable Fergus Murphy, His Excellency Peter Kell, Ambassador, Embassy of New Zealand. The Honorable Hanada Takahiro, Minister and Consul General, Embassy of Japan. Commander Bien de Sena, Maritime Advisor, Embassy of the United States of America. The Honorable Carlos Jericho Icot Pitilia, Governor of the Province of Leyte, and his lovely spouse, the Honorable Francis Ann Pitilia. Mr. Dwayne Sarmiento, Commander-in-Chief, Veterans of Foreign Wars of the U.S. General Romeo D. Alamillo, retired, National President, Veterans Federation of the Philippines. Reverend Monsignor Gilbert Urbina, Vicar General, Archdiocese of Palo. All local chief executives, all board members of the province of Leyte, headed by the Honorable Vice Governor Leonardo M. Javier Jr. All our dear and beloved veterans, in whose honor we celebrate and commemorate this historic event today. Regional and provincial line agencies heads and representatives, department heads of the provincial government of Leyte and the municipality of Palo, LGU SB members headed by Vice Mayor Giorgio Chiquillo of the municipality of Palo, the Honorable Jose Hakla, our very own veteran in the province of Leyte and in the region, General Joel Cabides of the Sons and Daughters, and all our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor and pleasure to welcome you all to the municipality of Palo, especially to this historic site where 79 years ago, freedom came ashore after a long and arduous battle to uphold our nation's dignity and peace. The Leyte Gulf landings served as a light of hope amidst the darkest days of war, and we are here today to reflect on a chapter of history that shaped the whole world as we know it. World War II emerged as a defining moment in human history, with unparalleled devastation and human suffering. It challenged the very fiber of humanity, testing our resilience, courage, and capacity for both good and evil. It was a war that marked the unwavering resolve to defend the ideals of freedom, justice, and human dignity. The echoes of World War II still resonate in the pages of history, reminding us of the sacrifices made by brave soldiers, men and women who fought valiantly for a better tomorrow. As we look back at the legacy of World War II, let us not forget the lessons it has taught us. Let us remember the importance of preserving peace, cherishing our freedoms, and safeguarding the dignity of all. It is our duty to honor the memory of those who sacrificed so much by working towards a world where justice, equality, and unity prevail. In the municipality of Palo, we will never tire of celebrating and remembering the valor of those who came before us, especially our dear veterans, who to this day still inspire us with their commitment to set a living example of love for our country, for our new generation. we pay tribute to our veterans and honor their sacrifices by organizing activities that promote our culture and uphold the legacy of bravery. On this 79th year of the Leyte Gulf landings, let us commemorate the brave individuals who fought and suffered during World War II. May their sacrifices serve as a constant reminder of the ongoing struggle for peace and inspire us to build bridges across the borders, eradicate hatred, and promote understanding and compassion. I would like to express my deepest appreciation for your presence here today. Your support and participation are invaluable as we come together to celebrate and reflect on the 79th Leyte Gulf Landings anniversary. Thank you for your visit. We wait for your return. Once again, welcome and thank you to all of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us now listen to the messages of solidarity from our visiting dignitaries. First, may I call on Major General Romeo Amalilio, retired, President, Veterans Federation of the Philippines.
May I greet the guest of honor and speaker, who shall be properly introduced later. I shall refrain from greeting each and every one of the distinguished guests this morning, as they have been graciously acknowledged by the Honorable Remedios Petilla. But please allow me to make an exemption by making a special greeting to the veterans of Region 8, led by Veteran Joe Hakla, and the sons and daughters of the veterans of Region 8, led by Brigadier General Retired Joseph Cabides. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a pleasure to be with all of you here today as we commemorate the 79th Leyte Gulf landings with the theme Pagpupugay sa Kagitingan at Kabayanihan ng mga Veteranong Filipino, or Salute to the Valor and Heroism of Filipino Veterans. I am deeply honored that I have been again invited to this event to share with everyone a solidarity message. The battalion of veterans you just witnessed, who proudly passed in review in a grand march led by Veteran Hakla, attest to the appreciation of our veterans in honoring them in today's celebration as a tribute to the heroism and valor of all Filipino veterans. Just a while ago, about 500 post-World War II veterans joined the Grand March as a show of oneness or solidarity with the people of Leyte. Given better resources, we shall see more than 1,000 of them participating in future commemorations. Much have been said about the battle events extolling the bravery and gallantry of Filipino World War II veterans, including the Filipino guerrillas who paved the way for the landing. The events before, during, and after the Leyte landings have been comprehensively depicted by the photos meticulously arranged at the gazebo and along the sidewalk of the multipurpose hall last night during the Bayo Fiesta welcome reception at the Palo Pag-ibig Plaza. Unfortunately, Only a few of these heroes are still living today. 19 from Eastern Visayas as of this morning. About 1,000 living senior veterans as of our last count all over the country. Last year, during the occasion of the award of the United States Congressional Gold Medal, the province of Leyte recognized some, 30 of them, in a fitting and emotionally charged ceremony. Solidarity is exemplified this morning in the spirit of friendship. The countries of the Philippines, United States, Australia, New Zealand, and Great Britain now stand side by side with former adversary Japan in pursuit of unity, peace, prosperity, and collective security. The Veterans Federation of the Philippines vows to never forget their sacrifices and their stories. We pledge to honor their memory by working for the propagation of the heroic deeds of these World War II veterans and promotion of mutual helpfulness among post-World War II and their descendants. Peace, justice, and harmony in our land and in the world. As I have mentioned in my message last night, solidarity is oneness, it is unity. Let the lessons drawn from the events 79 years ago serve as a lesson for mankind in its quest for peace. Thank you and good day to everyone.
Next, may I call on Mr. Dwayne Sarmiento, Commander-in-Chief, Veterans of Foreign Wars, United States.
Mayor Petilia, Governor Petilia, distinguished guests, thank you for having me. And to the people of Leyte, comrades and fellow veterans, good morning. Part of the mission of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States is to honor our dead. Our presence here today is a testament to that resolve. We all know the story. 79 years ago today, General Douglas MacArthur, along with President Osmeña and their staff, come ashore, and those words were said, "To the people of the Philippines, I have returned." He went on to speak about the resolve of the Filipino people, the Filipino guerrillas, to keep striking. Strike in the name of your honored dead. Strike in the name of the Lord. You know, freedom isn't free. The cost of it isn't. We see that in cemeteries all over the Philippines. That is the cost. We must teach our youth what happened here today. Because freedom is only a generation away from being gone. They must understand the service and the sacrifice of the Filipino Armed Forces, the Allied Armed Forces, that take place not only here, but in places called Bataan, Corregidor. Those are the places we must teach our youth to know that the cost of freedom isn't free. The bonds of our two people, America and the Philippines, is forged in blood and sweat on battlefields. That bond has been strengthened through peace. Our two countries are joined at the hip, and nobody can take that away from us. Thank you. Thank you very much. That is the truth. Believe me, I'm giving it my best, Governor. I'm giving it my best. I want to keep this brief. I know we have a lot of speakers. It is truly an honor for me to stand here before you, representing the veterans of foreign wars of the United States. Isang malaking karaan ang narito ako ayong sa Leyte Landing Memorial. Maraming salamat sa iyong lahat. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas!
Next, may I call on Commodore Biden Decina, Maritime Advisor, Embassy of the United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and friends, it is my honor to extend warm greetings on behalf of the Ambassador of the United States of America, Mary Kay Carlson, and the entire U.S. Embassy in Manila. As a gesture of gratitude, I would like to personally thank the Office of the Provincial Governor of Leyte for inviting the United States and the United States Coast Guard to this anniversary. Also, a special note of appreciation to the United States Coast Guard for their invaluable presence at this event. Alongside the Philippine Coast Guard, our shared interests in enhancing maritime security is a cornerstone of our partnership. The 79th anniversary of the Leyte Gulf landings not only marks a significant chapter in our shared history, but also highlights the enduring partnership between the United States and the Philippines. 79 years ago, United States forces stood shoulder to shoulder with the Philippines here at this location. Today, the United States, the Philippines, and like-minded partners also stand in unity, highlighting the collaboration and mutual respect between our nations. In closing, the 79th Leyte Gulf anniversary also serves as a reminder to honor our fallen heroes and to those who served to secure a future of hope and prosperity for a free and open Indo-Pacific. Let us not forget their sacrifice. Once again, on behalf of Ambassador Carlson and the United States Embassy, thank you and good morning.
May I now call on the Minister Hanada Takehiro, the Consul General, Embassy of Japan.
Thank you very much. Honorable Carlos Herico Petilla, Governor of Leyte. Honorable Remedios Petilla, Mayor of Palo. Honorable General Romeo Alamiro, National President, Veteran Federation of the Philippines. And Honorable Brigadier General Lestito L. Aguila, Deputy Administrator, Philippine Veteran Affairs Office. Honorable Veteran Jose J. T. Hakula, Regional President, Veteran Federation of the Philippines. And Honorable Joel Joseph Cabidias, National President of the Sons and Daughters Associations. And Honorable Commander-in-Chief Duen Salmento, Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States. And Her Excellency Ambassador He Kyung-yu, Australian Embassy, and Commander Brian Decina, U.S. Embassy. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. First of all, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to Governor Petilla and Mayor Petilla for inviting me to join all of you in solemnly commemorating the Leyte Gulf landing in 79 years ago. The legacy of fallen veterans and all individuals shall forever be remembered as we continue to cherish the hard-won freedom and peace that we enjoy today. During the Second World War, a significant number of precious lives were lost, including more than 500,000 Japanese, more than 23,000 US soldiers plus numbers of American citizens, and over 1 million Filipinos. We would like to express our sincerest condolences to the spirit of all those fallen and victims of the fierce battle that took place here on this ground, in surrounding oceans, and all over the Philippines. We also would like to offer our utmost respect to the war veterans who have selflessly fought for their fellow countrymen and for their countries, as well as Philippine Veterans Affairs Office, Veterans Federation of Philippines, and VFP Sons and Daughters Incorporated, who have been greatly contributing to provide assistance to veterans and their families. At the same time, we must never forget the immeasurable suffering and sorrow endured by countless innocent individuals, including Filipinos, Japanese descendants, and their families who are caught up in the battles and the ravage of war. We, the Japanese people, feel deep remorse for our country's action before and during the Second World War. We shall always remember that the peace and prosperity that we enjoy today was established upon the sacrifice of those who gave their last full measures of devotion. Now, nearly 80 decades after the war, Japan and the Philippines have become their closest friends. We are deeply grateful for the forgiveness, generosity, and graciousness of Filipino people, as well as the tireless efforts of both of our predecessors, including veterans. Likewise, Japan, the Philippines, the United States, and Australia, once divided by the war, are now mutually trusting democratic partners, tirelessly working towards a common goal to preserve peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. On this occasion, I would like to quote a message sent by Prime Minister Kishida in commemoration of the 78th anniversary of the end of the war on August 15th this year, and the 50th anniversary of the establishment of the Japanese war dead cenotaph in Galilaya. So quotation begins. At the inauguration ceremony of this Japanese war dead cenotaph in Galilaya, then President Ferdinand Marcos, the father of the current President Marcos, attended and expressed his desire that this cenotaph should become an eternal symbol of mutual respect between Japan and the Philippines. Subsequently, Japan and the Philippines have cherished their friendship, and based on the special friendship between their citizens and shared value, have entered a strategic partnership, now known as Golden Age. In February of this year, during President Marcos' first visit to Japan since taking office, I had the opportunity to have discussion with him. It reaffirmed my belief that both countries can further enhance their multifaceted relationship to address the demand and challenges of the times. I'm committed to promoting ever closer cooperation in all aspects of Japan-Philippine relations, facilitating heart-to-heart dialogue, and working together to advance regional peace and security. Quotation end. Today, when we turn our gaze to the world, the international order that our former generation built with their blood, toil, and tears is now under pressure due to the harsh international security environment. We see the ongoing aggression by Russia in Ukraine, aggressions that continues to shake the very foundation of the international order. Furthermore, just 2 weeks ago, the brutal and indiscriminate terror attack by Hamas and other Palestinian militants to Israel and innocent civilians result in the loss of many precious lives, including the devoted Filipino nurse, Ms. Angeline Aguirre, who refused to leave her elderly patient behind and passed away in Gaza. The terror attack by Hamas and other militants is now destabilizing the Middle East. And moreover, the security environment surrounding our countries, including the Indo-Pacific region, is currently the most challenging and complex in the post-war era. It is precise during such time that we must deeply engrave in our hearts the tragedy of war and the preciousness of peace, and it is our responsibility to ensure that these memories are not forgotten, but are passed on to the next generation. Today, in this sacred site, we gather and act as strategic partners, as well as allies in preserving peace and prosperity in this region. I believe that this is the best tribute we can offer to the soul of those who passed away in the fighting that took place here in the Philippines. Committed to our shared vision of a free and open Indo-Pacific, we firmly oppose unilateral attempts to change the status quo by force, especially in the East and South China Seas. We cannot allow any military and economic power to undermine the very foundation of the global order and plunge the world into conflict, chaos, and tragedy. In conclusion, I reassure you that Japan will continue to stand with the Philippines and our allies and closest partners, the United States and Australia, echoing the words of His Excellency President Marcos Jr., saying Japan as a most reliable partner in times of both crisis and prosperity. We will surely be working hard to live up to the trust of the President Marcos. It is our sincere hope that through our concrete efforts, we will be able to elevate both Japan-Philippine relations and Japan-Philippine-US-Australia relations as well to greater heights. Japan, as the Philippines' top ODA partner, has been closely cooperating with the Philippines not only in the security fields, but also enhancing better living standards throughout the country, including in the province of Leyte. For instance, Japan has recently completed a grant project for the provision of medical equipment for the rural health unit of Palo. Also in year 2022, Japan, in collaboration with the UNICEF, handed over 400 educational tablets to help young learners in Tacloban City develop their skills in early digital literacy. Further back in 2019, the project for construction of classrooms was launched. It has been already largely contributed to ensuring a safe environment for the local students who were attacked by Typhoon Haiyan in 2013. So, as a close friend, we are always here for you. Lastly, please allow me to once again to express my gratitude and respect to today's host, Honorable Governor and Mayor, war veterans, and long live the friendship between our countries. Maraming salamat po sa iyong lahat. I also like to extend my sincere appreciation to all the officers and staffs who exerted their best efforts for the success of today's ceremony. Saludo ako inyo. I am praying for the continuous development of Leyte Province. Umaasa akong muling bumisita sa Leyte sa lalong madaling panahon. Mabuhay at maraming salamat po. Thank you very much.
The solidarity message from the Embassy of New Zealand through His Excellency Peter Kell, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, will be heard and seen on the 2 LCDs in front of the stage.
Tēnā koto, tēnā koto, tēnā koto katoa. A upai ngā agaha I o ngā tana. Magandang umagaposa inyong lahat. Hi ako hi Peter Kell, ang New Zealand Ambassador dinhi ha Pilipinas. Sa ating mga kagalang-galang na mga opisyal at panuhi, sa aking mga kasama sa pangkat pandiplomatiko, and to our veterans, sana malipayong kamo nga tanan ngan bugway nga kalawasan. Bagamat virtual lamang, isang karangalan para sa akin na makasama kayo ngayon sa makasaysayang okasyong ito, the 79th Leyte Gulf Landings Anniversary in Palo, Leyte. We gather here to pay tribute to the indomitable spirit of solidarity, to honor the valor and sacrifices of our veterans, and to celebrate the enduring bonds that connect our nations. 79 years ago, brave soldiers from New Zealand and the Philippines, alongside countless others, stood side by side on these hallowed grounds to support one another. Their unwavering dedication to the cause of liberation set a shining example for us all. Today, we remember their courage and tenacity, and we are forever grateful for their service. Solidarity is at the heart of the enduring friendship between New Zealand and the Philippines. The shared values that underpin this friendship, respect for democracy and the rule of law, continue to guide our nations on the path to a brighter and more equitable future. As we commemorate the Leyte Gulf landings, we reaffirm our commitment to these shared values, understanding that the pursuit of peace and progress knows no borders. It is incumbent upon us to ensure that the stories of our veterans are preserved for future generations. Their experiences, their sacrifices, and their achievements must serve as a testament to the importance of unity and solidarity in the face of adversity. In closing, let us remember that solidarity knows no bounds. It transcends oceans and connects us in the common pursuit of a better world. On this special occasion, let's celebrate the enduring friendship between our nations and rededicate ourselves to the principles that unite us. As we pay tribute to the heroes of the past, let us also look to the future with hope and tutuptan ng ating mga bansa. Maraming salamat po. Damo nga salamat ha iyo nga tanan. No reira tēnā koto, tēnā koto, tēnā koto katoa.
For her solidarity message, Her Excellency Hei Kyung-yu, the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, Embassy of Australia.
Magandang umaga po, everyone. You have been so patient, so I am going to keep my remarks very short. As the Australian Ambassador to the Philippines, it is indeed a true honour for me to represent the Australian government and Australian people today at the 79th anniversary of Leyte Gulf landings. In that regard, I wanted to really congratulate Mayor Patilia and Governor Patilia for what has been a beautiful and moving ceremony this morning. Moments like this provide all of us with three things to do. One, to reflect. Two, to acknowledge and give thanks. And three, I would actually say most important thing, is for all of us to reaffirm and recommit. One, it gives us a chance to reflect on the human costs and sufferings related to war. Yes, the Leyte Gulf landing was a real momentous event that turned things around to give us the peace we have today. But it definitely goes without saying that it came with plenty of cost and suffering. And sadly, even to this day, we are seeing this all around us. As Minister Takahiro mentioned, we're seeing war breaking in Ukraine, Russia. We're seeing war breaking in Israel and Gaza. And all this comes with suffering of human beings. But even without war, we are seeing tensions rising right at your doorstep in the South China Sea, West Philippine Sea, where right before our eyes, international law is being broken and being challenged. So there is a lot for us to reflect on today. The second thing we can do is acknowledge and give thanks to those that are making sure we actually live in peace and stability. And that goes without saying, today is the perfect opportunity to acknowledge, give thanks to the veterans that were so selfless and brave in protecting us, in fighting for the liberation of the Philippines. But just like 79 years ago, even today, we have AFP colleagues and PCG colleagues fighting for all of you every day, demonstrating wisdom and bravery in the face of challenges. And of course, in that world, as a colleague from the US Embassy said, your like-minded partners, they're right beside you. Just as Australians had come to the rescue in the name of the liberation of the Philippines with our 4,000 troops, Australia today works hand in hand with the Philippines to help you protect your sovereignty and to respect international law. So today is a wonderful occasion to acknowledge those that are putting their lives on the line to protect the peace that is so precious to all of us. But finally, this is a great opportunity for all of us to reaffirm our belief in democracy and freedom and recommit to creating a region that we all want to live in, a region which is stable and peaceful, and a region that is prosperous for all of us. And to do that, Australian government stands ready to work side by side with the Philippines, which is now our strategic partner since our two leaders elevated our relationship to a strategic partnership on 8th of September this year. So mark my word, we are here with you. And let's use today's occasion to reaffirm and recommit to the kind of world that we all want to live in. One where we can live in peace and stability, and one where there is prosperity for all of us. Maraming salamat po.
At this point, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to recognize the presence of the Congresswoman of the 2nd District of Leyte, Honorable Lolita Karen Javier, the Honorable Jude Asidre, representative from the Tingog Party List. Also, may I recognize the presence of the Vice Governor of the Province of Leyte, Honorable Leonardo Sandy Javier. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us listen to the rendition of the song, Heaven Watch the Philippines, composed by Irvin Berlin as a dedication to peace, to be rendered by the Visayas State University, Tolosa Coral.
precious ones in the city and on the farm, from with America, let her always be. Heaven watch the Philippines and keep her forever free, and keep her forever free. From us in the city and on the farm, friendly with America, let her always be. Heaven watch the Philippines and keep her forever free, and keep her forever free.
Alright, alas 9 o alas 10, 19 na. Papadayon kita pag kita pamati hito natataboy ng programa dito ha MacArthur Shrine. Kasumpay ito ni ka-79 nga pag tigaman ito na commemoration han Leyte Golf Landings dinaton dapit. Gin mamanguluhan niya na ito ka programa dito ni Governor Jericho Ikot Pitilla,
the maritime advisor from the Embassy of the United States, the veterans of the different organizations of the Veterans Affairs and the different organizations celebrating with us today, the member of the Diplomatic Corps, and of course, ASEC Restituto Aguilar, Congressman Jude Asidre from the Tingog Party List, representing not only the party list but also the Speaker of the House, Congressman Martin Romualdez, Congresswoman Karen Javier of the 2nd District of Leyte, Cong Carl Cari of the 5th District of Leyte, of course, the Vice Governor Sandy Javier, Mayor Martin Pitilla of Palo, the former Mayor of Palo, my boss, Mayor Ann Pitilla, the LGU officials, especially the mayors, the vice mayors, and the SB members who are with us today, despite the fact that we actually have an ongoing campaign for the barangay elections. They're all here. They took time. Or maybe they were avoiding the barangay chairman, and that's why they're here. Ladies and gentlemen, today we gather to commemorate the 79th Leyte Gulf landings, an event that forever etched the courage and resilience of our people into the pages of history. Today, we pay tribute to the steadfast spirit of our Filipino veterans. But that was 79 years ago. And after that, there were many wars that came, some popular, some big, some small, some unknown. The recent ones are the conflict between Israel and Gaza, Ukraine and Russia. We have many wars that came after the 79 years ago, the event that happened here. And we tend to think that for all practical reason, we always say that peace is what we should achieve. We all agree that we should have peace. Very powerful word, peace. We all agree on it, but difficult to implement and always elusive. I tried to get a quote on any quote that has something to do with war. Some of them are not really nice, but I had to pick one anyway just to relate to all of you. And I came across Paul Valery, and this is his quote, not word for word, but he says, war is basically a group of people who don't know each other, but who are trying to kill each other for the benefit of people who know each other, but are not killing each other, which are the leaders. And that's why I say we all know what peace is, but it seems to be elusive. So why are we celebrating today? Actually, in reality, we are not celebrating today's event. We're actually commemorating. Commemorating and celebration are two different things. We're not here to actually display and remember the bravery. We do remember them, but that's just part of the commemoration. We're not here to highlight, and I was telling Her Excellency, the Ambassador of Australia, that the biggest war, naval war in the history of the world happened here in the Leyte Gulf. And I said, I hope there's nothing bigger than that war, because it means the destruction of this world if there was any bigger war than the biggest naval war in the history of the world, the Leyte Gulf War. We're not here to emphasize that. We're not here to emphasize what is good and evil. We're not here to commemorate pride. We're actually here to make sure that everybody remembers that nobody wins in a war. Everybody loses in a war, and war should be avoided at all costs. So why do we commemorate? That was 79 years ago. Because we have a tendency to forget things. And if you forget things, it will happen again. When I ask the children nowadays, do you like October 20? And they all said, yes. And I say, why? And their answer is, because there is no classes. It's a holiday. I said, do you know General MacArthur? Yes. He was a brave general in Desert Storm. People are now lost. And that's why I am glad that the BSP president of Leyte actually said we have to include the Boy Scout and the Girl Scout. We have to involve the young people nowadays. We have to remember. We have to continue commemorating. We don't have a proper museum here in Leyte, yet we have many artifacts. We have many stories to tell. In fact, I keep on telling this story that at one point, as a governor several years ago, I asked one of the veterans, and I told them, Manu Puli, he was one of the veterans, he passed away already. I said, Manu Puli, you tell your story. I'll give you a chance. Just a short message to tell me the story of what happened a long, long time ago in 1944. And he said, gladly, he accepted the challenge. He told the story about World War II, what happened in 1944, firsthand. mentioned the number of ships, the number of soldiers, the number of aircraft, the battle that went on, explosions everywhere. He was very animated. And after 1.5 hours, he said, and that was day 1. And we said, okay, we will deal with day 2 some other day. There are other speakers. But the veterans and their stories are actually fading away. And we have to preserve their stories, if only to remember what happened 79 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, may we never forget the sacrifices made on the sacred soil, and may we be inspired by the courage and heroism that echo through the ages. On the 79th Leyte Gulf Landings anniversary, let us rededicate ourselves to upholding the values that our veterans so nobly defended. Maupay nga aga, a pleasant good morning to us, and mabuhay.
Thank you, Governor. To introduce our guest of honor, may I request Ms. Corazon M. Alvero, the Administrator of the Province of Leyte.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have the honor to introduce to you the guest of honor for today's 79th Leyte Gulf commemoration in the person of retired Brigadier General Restituto L. Aguilar, Armed Forces of the Philippines. Presently, he is the Deputy Administrator of the Philippine Veterans Affairs Office, or PBAO. Prior to his current position, he served as the Executive Director of the National Historical Commission of the Philippines. He was also the Chief of the Veterans Memorial and Historical Division of the Philippine Veterans Affairs Office for over 6 years. Also, he is a member of the Philippine Military Academy, Makatarungan Class of 1978, and has retired with the rank of Brigadier General in the Armed Forces of the Philippines after 33 years of military service. Aside from his command and staff postings, during his military service, he was sought out as consultant in the research on the history of the various military camps and museums in the country. He also contributed to the establishment of the Armed Forces of the Philippines in Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City. ASIC Aguilar also published various articles about the history of the different AFP units in various academic publications and was editor-in-chief of the Cavalier, the official publication of the Philippine Military Academy Alumni Association, Incorporated, from 2002 to 2012. He also authored the Philippine Military Academy Register, a product of over 17 years of diligent research about the individual military histories of over 17,000 men and women who have entered the Philippine Military Academy. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our guest of honor for today's 79th Leyte Gulf Landings commemoration, retired Brigadier General Restituto L. Aguilar of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Sir, thank you very much.
Let me first greet our gracious host, Governor Petilla and Mayor Petilla. Let me not repeat the persons earlier acknowledged by the previous speakers, but to all our gracious host and also the Diplomatic Corps, from the Diplomatic Corps, veterans of the U.S. and the Philippines, the officials of the local governments of Leyte and the different cities and municipalities, also to my fellow government workers, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Maupay na aga sa tanan. Let me take this opportunity first to greet one of our living World War II veterans, Chief Remigio Cabacar. He is 96 years old today. He came all the way from Maryland to attend this important occasion. He is one of the heroes we are honoring today. I have seen a lot of documentaries, historical reenactments, and movies on Leyte Gulf landing since my youth. And the most recent in memory was in the 1977 movie MacArthur, featuring Gregory Peck giving life to the character of the general. I never realized that someday I will be part of reliving the historic event where it actually happened almost 8 decades ago. It is a great honor and privilege to be with you as we commemorate the 79th Leyte Gulf landings on October 20, 1944, and exactly 10 o'clock in the morning, the main Allied assault began to liberate the Philippines from 3 years of occupation. In the small villages of Dulag and San Jose, Filipinos stormed the beaches together with foreign allies to bring hope to the people desperate for freedom. That morning, radios broadcasted these golden words all over the country. The hour of your redemption is here. The sons of Leyte were riddled with enemy fire. The fearless liberation forces continued their attack with ferocity. The sounds of gunfire, shelling, explosion filled the air. It was also the death knell of an empire. Fighters for freedom came by land, sea, and air. They were told to embody the indemoticable spirit of Bataan and Corregidor. They did more than that. The Filipino guerrillas did their job in minimizing Allied casualties by conducting combat operations against enemy forces. Despite the lack of modern weapons, our local heroes were abounding in courage and patriotism. Here in Leyte, they struck the heavy yoke of occupation right in the middle by retaking Leyte and other parts of the Visayas. The defeat of our enemy forces in Luzon, Mindanao was guaranteed. The victory in Leyte paved the way for liberation of the Philippines and ultimately the end of the Second World War. Indeed, for many people in the Philippines and across the globe, the Leyte landings are often associated with General MacArthur, and rightfully so. But the event commemorated today is much more than that. The return of General MacArthur is a prelude to a more historic event for every Filipino. The return of the Commonwealth Government of the Philippines from exile with President Sergio Esmeña Sr. as president, and the establishment of the Philippine Army from the ranks of the guerrillas extant in all provinces of the country, vindicating the much earlier surrender of conventional forces in Bataan and Corregidor. More importantly, the landings in Leyte remind us that freedom is not free. It is paid for by the blood of patriots. Perhaps if only these statues could speak, they could tell us to remain ever vigilant and be on guard to defend the country's independence. Across these shores, there are nations right now that are locked in battle. There is also a specter of terrorism and other threats to peace that we must continue to deter and defeat. Again, freedom is not free. Leyte landings are historic events that remain relevant even to this very day. This is also a great day to celebrate the enduring ties of friendship between the Philippines, the United States of America, New Zealand, Japan, and all other allies in fight for the current threats. As allies, Filipinos fought bravely side by side with their American and Australian and New Zealand comrades. Thus, we honor all those who risked their lives to regain the freedom of our country. We salute the fallen who offered the ultimate sacrifice on their hallowed grounds. This friendship was again demonstrated in 2013 when Super Typhoon Haiyan, locally known as Super Typhoon Yolanda, hit the Philippines. Again, our American, Australian friends, also Korean and also Japanese, this time to participate in humanitarian assistance and disaster response to operations in Leyte and other parts of the Visayas and Mindanao. Together with 38 other countries, this includes Japan, our allies returned to bring help and healing. Lastly, I believe that Leyte landing signified the valor, endurance, and determination of the Filipino people while the rest of the world held its breath, awaiting the return of General MacArthur 79 years ago. It was a silent but relentless effort of the local guerrilla fighters that served as the backbone of the Allied forces, offering invaluable intelligence, strategic support, and unmatched bravery in the battlefield. The role of Filipino guerrillas during the Leyte Gulf landing is a chapter in history that deserves to be retold, remembered, and celebrated with much fervor as their foreign counterparts' contribution to our liberation. Let this historical event symbolize the legacy of heroism for us, especially for our brave veterans. In gratitude for their service and sacrifice, we in the Philippine Veterans Affairs Office renew our commitment to uphold their rights and to help ensure their welfare. We will tirelessly tell the stories of our veterans by doing so, we will inspire the new generation of patriots. The youth of our land will embody the spirit of the warriors who fought here on the beaches of Leyte. And to the descendants of World War II veterans who are in attendance today, we feel nothing but profound admiration and gratitude for your forebears' unparalleled resilience in the face of adversity. Their legacy shall live on, reminding us of the strength that can be found in unity, courage, and unwavering pursuit of freedom. And with that, please accept my snappiest salute to honor the sacrifices of our veterans of this country, both the US, Australia, New Zealand, and the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, may we never forget the redemption that was won through this bitter conflict. It was the alliance among nations that eventually resolved the conflict and later turned the enemies into friends. The Leyte landings indeed was an event that encapsulated the love for country and our shared vision for a world peace. On a personal note, I was able to attend the 2015 commemoration here, but what I saw was pure devastation just 2 years, 1.5 years after, 2 years after the Yolanda, Super Typhoon Yolanda. And now, when I joined my party from the airport, I never saw any signs of devastation at all. The province of Leyte, the towns that were devastated in 2013 are already on their road to prosperity. So again, I congratulate the local officials of the province and the municipalities for having survived and have been very vigilant in trying to recover from that devastation in 2013. Thank you very much and good day to all.
At this point, ladies and gentlemen, Governor and Mrs. Carlos Jericho L. Petilla shall now offer the token of appreciation to our guest of honor from the people of the province of Leyte. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the Leyte hymn to be led by Mr. Sales Loreto.
I said to the people of the Philippines, I came. I shall.
Ikaw ang bantugan na lugar, probinsya na amon minahan. Kami mga litinyo na ukup haimo, makatunanan katalwasan mo. Ang kanyag di mawawara, minahal nam nga tuna. Puno hindong mo, bahanti ugma, magpapabilin timos nga tuna. Isang yaw na't yanak, hakalibutan, waray na sugat pan, probinsya han Leyte. Isang yaw na't yanak, akinigugma, talwas nga tuna, probinsya han Leyte. Tuna minahal ngan talwas, lugar han sinirangan han Visayas. Mga buhat mo na waray patluban, kalipay namun nasugad. Isang yaw na't yanak, hakalibutan, waray nasukat pan, probinsya han Leyte. Isang yaw na't yanak, akinigugma, talwas nga tuna, probinsya han Leyte. Isang yaw na't yanak, hakalibutan, waray nasukat pan, probinsya han Leyte. Isang yaw na't yanak, akinigugma, talwas nga tuna, probinsya han Leyte. Probinsya han Leyte.
Before we end this program, may I recognize the presence of the winners of the Miss Universe Philippines Leyte. They are there. The Miss Universe Leyte, Philippines Leyte is Miss Angel Tambal from La Paz, Leyte. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This ends the 79th commemorative program of the Leyte Golf Landings. Thank you again for joining us here at the MacArthur Landing Memorial National Park. Keep safe and enjoy the rest of the day. God bless us all.
organize kong picture, Mike.
Okay, we will now have the photo opportunity. May I request our diplomatic corps as well as the invited guests to please be the first to have this photo opportunity.
You caught my eye, and I've got a feeling I'm falling. Show me the